Hey guys, and what is up? It's been such a long time. I think, over 2 months since I last recorded my last video. So, a lot's happened since then. Basically, I have upgraded my computer entirely. Everything's better. It's definitely on the newer everything's on all the newer models. Unfortunately, just my luck, I ordered the 2080 just as the 380s or whatever 3080s came out. However, looking at the fact that 3080s and 3070s and 3060s aren't exactly as in high, there's not a lot of them on the market. I think than I got the fact that I got a 2080 11 gigabyte and a TI. I'm gonna say I did alright. Um, well, I better have done alright. The money that was paid for it, it better run. Obviously, playing games like Victoria 2, the computer's not needed, but I obviously do play other games in my spare time. So, you know, that's why I've got what I've got, and I've now hopefully you can hear me a lot better. The microphone's a massive improvement for me as well. So I'm still trying to figure out a few things because obviously it's quite sensitive, and I don't overly want it to be too sensitive to certain things and whatnot, which is only just going to cause issues. So please bear with me. Hopefully that will all be fine. I just had to adjust the mic settings, which you won't even know, to be honest. I'll probably just edit that out in the pre-recording bit. But I'm going to play a relatively easy nation, a relatively fun nation to do that's got a lot of flexibility and a lot of availability to do certain things, which will be France. The reason why I've chosen France and not chosen to carry on everything else is because one, I don't have it available to me, and two, I've always enjoyed France because they're competing with the UK for world domination. At the same time, when Germany forms when the NGF forms, they have to fight France and it has to be a continual battle. So I actually really enjoy all that. So we'll start with this first initial few things. Get the tax efficiency up because our admin efficiency is really poor, which is every nation has that at the beginning of the game. Get medicine so we can get rid of the disease outbreaks. We're going to go straight to reactionary because the first thing we want to do is pretty much get our industry rolling. Let's get all of our units to combine, our navies to combine. I believe we need 7 clippers to be able to transport 10, full 10 stack. Shows how much I've actually played this game, really, or France anyway. And we're going to immediately demand concession from Algeria. Is there anything else I need to see? Spheres. So sort of Studia Piedmont. Not going to fight for 2 Sicilies because I'm actually planning to help form Italy really quickly. Other than that, I don't really want an alliance with France or Russia. Are you able to grab one? You hate me, Austria? You will. Okay, so an alliance with Austria is helpful because it should offset a lot of the German or Prussian demands. So unfortunately we're going to see a lot of pop-ups of random nations that are mobilised that we don't overly care about, but that's because when I play multiplayer, it's really useful to see. We forgot about our economy. There's always one thing. There's always something that is forgotten. And of course, in this case, it's the economy, which is a really bad thing. But, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Move you out. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then out. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, and then out. And so we're going to delete 3 cav then by the looks of it. And then out. Wait, which one are you? The one I don't want. Okay, so you can go in there. We'll get the 3 artillery. Easy enough. So we're going to turn off a bunch of these side tabs because we don't need these. They're just literally all they do is clog up the screen, I swear. When we've got enough money, we're going to gradually start expanding all the naval bases because I'd actually like to be relatively good at contesting the British Navy at certain times. I'm not wanting to have it to be better. I don't really care about that. That's not what France is. France is predominantly just a land-based force. However, obviously, it is important to have a navy, and they did have a strong navy historically in real life too, so it makes perfect sense. But at the moment, the beginning bit is mainly about building up the army. All the navy should be good as well. Should really get the rally points before that. Anything major drops anyway. The what do you call it? Casus Belli for Algeria is nearly complete, so that should be fine. We're eventually going to take parts of Belgium purely because that one region, the only bad thing is the timber. Other than that, it's all coal and iron, so it's fantastic to have right at the beginning. I'll go for Thames straight away. Easily attack there and then go here. It should just all round be a very easy fight. Obviously, we're not having to even there's no reason we have to fight anywhere else. Well, sorry, that's not. I don't even know what I'm saying. We don't have to siege it all down because we're only fighting for a little bit of the land. So that's really helpful. Okay, so we'll just quickly divide and conquer. The faster we can do that, the quicker we're going to get our stuff. I don't overly want to know. Are they able to piece out already? They won't. Once this has been done, we're just going to delete the armies in Africa because I have no interest in them. Got a lower opinion in Two Sicilies, so it's at a level where we can begin to do our humiliate, which is we're just going to sit in the war forever and just until their war score goes up and they get Garibaldi reactions, reactionaries. If any of you don't know, that's how you form Italy in vanilla. Quickly, basically, you essentially get Two Sicilies to break down, then Sardinia Piedmont gets an event which allows them to unify everything, and that's it, done. It can be done very easily and very quickly. Which it will be good because it will be a good offset. There you go. See, as soon as I start to contest in Italy, the Austrians do not like it, which makes sense. And Algeria is out of the war, which means that no one else can touch them. If we get all of our troops there, can we quickly snipe? We can quickly snipe Tunis. Not that it has any interest, but again, it's another African nation that is not on the coast that another European nation cannot snipe. So it's going to be quite good. With this recording session, as hopefully some of you will have seen in my previous ones, I tend to break them up into 10-minute videos because they're easy to digest and easier to process, basically. I will be doing the same. However, what I'm going to try to do now is I'm going to essentially record a long span of time and then gradually break that all up, because I think that probably will work better. I don't fully know if it's going to work straight away. However, I think it would be wise to do it early on. Is it that region we want to build in, or is it? I'm not too. Oh, we'll build in Paris, or shall we? Yeah, we'll build in. Yeah, we'll build in Paris. So we want to expand that. We want on our steel mill, artillery. We want guns, machine parts, and canned goods. In Normandy, we're also encouraging. We want steamers. We want machine parts, artillery once more, ammunition, and explosives. It's important to have various areas that are all available for war. They are all war industry. Especially obviously again, a lot of the experience I have in this is multiplayer, which is you need to have a few major areas of just all war industry, because it means that if stuff gets sieged down, you can still produce. Plus, the more you spread out stuff, the better. But yeah, that is the main thing. It should be a fairly easy time we have. I don't know whether we'll be able to compete with the UK, because the UK seems to have it just seems to get boost after boost after boost. Every positive event, every positive prestige event, they get every single one of them. Which is, you know, it is what it is, I guess. It is what it is. But we'll need to rush a few mil techs just to offset Prussia a little bit so they don't get any ideas. It should be fairly easy on, fairly simple. Because it's the AI and it's a Paradox AI. It's an old Paradox AI, so it's clearly not very intelligent. But obviously there's still going to be issues with it. There's still going to be a few things where they just get a bit cheesy with it. So why shouldn't we, essentially? Okay, so that's Tunis Siege. We're going to Gabes, I think it is, or Gabs, probably Gabes. Delete that unit because we don't need it anymore. After it sieges every place, I'm just going to delete it because they're completely pointless. Like, I don't want any. None of these armies are actually well structured at all. So get these in. Get more building.